Hello, welcome to the Broadcast Church Planting Training videos, and this month is Leadership Month. We're going to talk all sorts of things to do with leadership, and bringing through leaders is one of the great challenges for any church planter. Now, we all know that if you bring through more leaders, you create more capacity for growth, whether that's people getting saved or serving the poor. You just create lots of capacity for initiative, for creativity, and giving lots of space to people, but it is the great challenge. And the first one that we want to talk about just in this video is how you pick the leaders you want to bring through. Now, in leadership, there are about 1 billion books that have been written about leadership, that many of them cover this issue, how you identify, how you pick the leaders that you want to bring through. And honestly, I haven't got much more to bring to the discussion apart from my own kind of story, my own journey with it, which I hope will be helpful. And I'm going to make 3 points in about a minute. Okay, the first one in how you bring through leaders that I've learned is the bar needs to be low. Okay, simple as that. We talk about setting a very high bar for leadership. Actually, I came through on a low bar. I came through in a culture where we want to make it easy for people to be able to have a go at stuff, to be able to make mistakes, and to be able to grow as they lead. And I'm sure many of us watching this have been on the rough end of this or have imposed this ourselves, where we come through and then the leader sets a high bar. Maybe the bar is so high they didn't actually have to jump that bar themselves. They are now setting things for people to achieve, or personality types or character traits that they want to see that they themselves didn't have to do. And we don't want to do that. We want to make it very easy for leaders to come through, knowing that when they come through, we'll walk with them, we'll help them, and actually they will grow into the roles that we give them. Second thing I learned is I don't want to impose my own journey on other people. So I came through by now on my second or third church plant, depending on how I want to tell the story. And so do I therefore mean that anybody who comes through into leadership in our church has to go through the same route that I did? Well, actually, no. There may be more gifted leaders than me. There may be very different giftings to me, and so they'll come through in a very different way. So I don't want to impose my own story. And finally, I need to get out of the way. And often my prayer to God is, how am I slowing things down? What can I do to take the handbrake off? Where is the handbrake? Me, often. And I remember particularly standing at the front of church, and I got another guy to anchor the meeting. It was our evening meeting, about 100 odd people there, going really well. And me and the worship leader had a bit of a rapport because I'd anchored loads. I knew how to run a meeting, but I was just stood there helping this guy, and at the end of the meeting, the guy who I got to anchor, who I was teaching how to anchor, was so cross with me, and honestly I couldn't work out why. And then he said, you just anchored the meeting, you'd spent the whole time looking at the worship leader, he looked at you, you organised a meeting between the two of you, and all I did was stand up at the end and say it's finished. And I realised I was totally in his way, so then I went and sat 3 or 4 rows back just to get out of his way. So how do we want to pick and bring through leaders? Well, first of all, in yourself, you've got to set a low bar. You've got to make it easy for people to come through, because chances are it was pretty easy for you to come through. Secondly, you don't want to impose your own journey and experience on others. They may have a very different journey to you. Your job is to help them find that and help bring them through and what they're good at. And finally, we've got to get out of the way. That's a big lesson for me. Actually, when you give someone the opportunity, you've really got to move out of the way. So that's leadership training video number 1. We'll do another one in a couple of weeks. Look around on the blog, on the website for more on loads of different things.